This is where one world ends and another begins.
Afternoon. You alright?
Yeah.
The notorious Morgan Junction is a rugged 4-hour drive south of the Bougainville capital, Buka. This is the very spot where government authority stops and the rule of a self-proclaimed king starts. It took the ABC 4 months of secret negotiations to gain access to the rebel zone, which is strictly off limits to outsiders, especially government officials, law enforcers and foreigners. This is the man the whole of the Pacific is talking about. Noah Masinku has been on the run for swindling millions of dollars from thousands of people. He has 14 aliases, but here in the heart of the rebel zone, he calls himself King Pei II, and this king is on a mission from God.
What we are doing here, kingdom building, is a very specialized purpose. Kingdom establishment of God's kingdom here on earth is a very specialized purpose, and God has prepared all of you.
10 years ago, you would have found the king begging on the streets of Port Moresby. That's when God tapped him on the shoulder to set up a high-interest pyramid money scheme called UViztract.
Anyone can find any answer except through Christ.
It attracted some high-profile investors, including PNG politicians and the current president of Bougainville. Masinku even promised a multi-million-dollar grant to the Solomon Islands. But the money dried up and authorities shut the scheme down. Masinku managed to seek refuge in the village where he was born, in Tonu. Mr. Masinku, you've been labelled a thief, a conman and a liar. How do you respond to these allegations?
It's only because of the different mindset they have. They're coming from the conventional mindset. We're coming from another system. Because that system they have does not have any solution to the problems we see in the human race facing. Hello. Monitor.
It's here, in the heart of the Bougainville jungle, where the king claims to be setting up an audacious new banking system.
My first and foremost is to pay out my clients, and that's what I have to set up, and that's why I'm setting up all these banks here. And in the process of setting up my banks, there are other things that come in. Security is also important. That's why we have royal guards here and bank security is there.
Masinku has surrounded himself with the security of the Mekamui Defence Force. He inherited its control from the old king, Francis Ona, the rebel army leader who plunged the island into a 10-year civil war over mining and money. Like Ona, King Pei doesn't recognise the Bougainville government. His army's firepower is a chilling sight for the island's new government, whose police force is unarmed and no match for Masinku's army. Today, Masinku's security force has swelled to 150, with another 400 making their way to Tonu for training. But it's not just the size of the security force that's alarming. It's the men who are conducting the training that's ignited a political firestorm that the Bougainville, PNG and Fijian governments can't extinguish.
A diplomatic row is brewing in Papua New Guinea as officials call for a tripartite meeting to remove 5 Fijian commandos in Papua New Guinea.
Just worship to him this week. Open your hearts. Open your hearts, brothers.
These Fijians claim to be missionaries, but they've been labelled mercenaries for training Masinku's men. The hardened soldiers who have the battle scars from Iraq and Afghanistan to prove it. One of them, Maloney Namali, was court-martialed for his part in the coup that overthrew a democratically elected Fijian government in 2000. But are they mercenaries or missionaries? The MDF is armed with plenty of firepower, but the Fijians claim their biggest weapon is the Bible. Have the Fijian soldiers been training the Mekamui Defence Force soldiers with arms?
They are not receiving any arms training. They are only receiving training in principles, godly principles, biblical principles, so they can become good soldiers and live a happy life in their different villages. That's why we train them and then we send them back to their different districts and families.
This Fijian fighter is a pastor and baptises every Masinku soldier who completes the training.
Morning now.
None of the Fijians would talk on camera, but the commander of the Mekamui Defence Force did.
Defence Force mi prai okolo kirapim lo here, em prong lukautim security prong people prong mi pra lo here, na rependim country prong mi pra. Bougainville es Mekamui.
What would happen if the PNG government tried to come in and arrest him?
This was something. Mi prai staff lo here, supposed to come. And by nervous story now.
How much week more? 1 or 2 more weeks now?
2 weeks.
Around here, Masinku's lauded as the saviour of the Pacific. He promises a flood of riches from the UVisTrack scheme, as the Bougainville government struggles to provide adequate services on the island.
Welcome to International Bank of Mekamui. My name is Peter Lissing, the governor of the Central Bank of Mekamui. This is our enquiries counter.
This is the headquarters for the King's revolutionary new banking system. The bank offers investors extraordinarily high interest rates on investments. I've just deposited 30 kina, that's around $10 US. Now if the King thinks I'm a good bloke, he'll top up my account to the tune of around $40,000 US. Now once he's done that, I can then go and play with the big boys and transfer that money into a treasury bill, earning me a whopping 75% interest per month. So in a year's time I can come back and visit the bank governor here and withdraw myself $136,000 US. Isn't that right, Peter?
That's right.
The King claims he's made more than $1 trillion on the gold market, but I didn't find those funds in the bank's safe. When will the payouts start to happen?
This year is definitely the year that we will begin to really operate and pay out our clients. Last year we were only setting up. This year we'll begin to see more things. It's a greater year of harvest.
If you believe Noah Masinku is sitting on a gold mine, he is. He controls the zone that surrounds the defunct but rich Panguna gold and copper mine. It used to provide 48% of PNG's export earnings before it became the centrepiece of war. As long as Masinku controls the no-go zone, he also controls the mine.
We may even decide to look at other options if 100% of the profits come to our people. And in this case, more than how much 90% was going out and only 1% was going to the landowners and few to the provincial government. But it's the people who will decide on that. But for my throne, I say we already have enough money. Why waste time digging another hole? If a man cleanses himself from all wicked things, he will be used as a special vessel of honor unto God.
He may preach posterity for all, but the Bougainville government fears a military takeover. Once fully trained, what is your intention for the Mekamui Defence Force?
It's all geared towards Christian, to become good Christian soldiers. So they are balanced in spirit, soul and body, not just in physical. So they become good, law-abiding citizens.
Either way, removing Masinku is no easy task. Authorities risk triggering another civil war on an island that's already seen too much bloodshed.